I'm 35 years old and I gained 10 pounds of muscle in 2 months. And this is how I did it. So two more tips I added. I did 3 tips of earlier, getting your rest, eating enough, and also doing low volume method. But to couple up with this, you also need to make sure that you are, with the rest portion at least, resting at least 3 to 5 minutes between sets. If it's an isolation exercise, meaning you're just moving one joint, by the way, this is for people over 30, right? Because everyone in their 20s already follow people who are in their 20s and know all of these things that I'm going to list. But this is something that I learned throughout my research and what's worked for me. I've done everything naturally, so this is the way that I learned, right? So isolation movements should have 3-minute rest between each set. And isolation is essentially just an extension or a curl because it's just using one joint movement, right? Like this. I'm just moving my elbow and that's it. One joint. So if you want to, and then when you move on to compound exercises, that's going to be 5 minutes of rest between each set. This is something I never did in the past, and I started doing when I started bulking, and it works. It lets you grow because you can lift more. You can lift more reps because you're allowing yourself to get enough rest that you're fully ready to go by the next set. So compound exercises are multi-joint exercises. So it could be something like squats or a press, right? Because you're using not just one joint, you're using multiple joints to complete one exercise. So you're using more than one muscle. So you're going to need more rest between each set to make sure you're ready by the next set. So that's number one of the new things to add to grow muscle. So rest, right? It couples up with the rest from my older post of the tips to grow. The other one is to track your progress. This is something I also did not do. I'm a data analyst, so I started doing it on an Excel sheet. You do it however works for you. So I started tracking my progress to make sure I'm either moving up in reps or in weights. But something else that I also do, if I don't move up in weight or in reps, how I'm controlling the movement, how I'm controlling that weight, because I don't want it to control me. I don't want to just yank the weight around. That's how you get hurt. Make sure you're in full control of the movement throughout the motion, and make sure that you're contracting your muscles the whole time, mind to muscle connection. So one way or another, you need to be progressing every week, and make sure you're tracking it down. Write it down in your notes. Do it on Excel like a nerd like me. Just make sure you're tracking it. You know how you're moving along, and that's how you will grow, because you're giving your muscle more reason to grow because you're either lifting more with reps or with weight or controlling it even better. So those are my extra 2 tips. So you guys got this, okay? You're never too busy to be better, especially at over 35. You can still build muscle. You got this.